Hello everyone, welcome to this class. Here I am Dr. D. Radhika, lecturer from Global College of Allied Health Sciences, Natalam. Here we discussing and learning about the cell. It's a biochemistry chapter. It is an introduction class, okay? Do we all know about that we want to build a house or any other constructions, we need a basic raw material, what is a brick? Like to that, in our body, the cell is needed as a raw material. So, basic building block of our body is cell. Before we learn about this, we must know about what is made up of a cell. What are the chemicals or what are the atoms are present inside of a cell. Just think about that the universe is full of atoms. So many atoms, so variety of atoms are present. But our body, only 5 atoms are present: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. The atoms have unique character, that is, interactions with each other by sharing and transferring of electrons on the outermost shell. So, the sharing and transferring of electrons leads to bond formation is occur. So different atoms are linked together by various bonds and produce molecules. So for example, oxygen, carbon dioxide, H2O in atmosphere and around us. So the different molecules are combined and produce macromolecules. So all the macromolecules contain different molecules. Molecules contain atoms. For example, protein, carbohydrate, and lipids. And the various macromolecules combined and produce what is organelle. Organelle is like an organ of our body. The organelles are present inside of a cell. So many organelles combined and produce a cell. And so many cells, so many variety of cells are combined each other and produce a tissues, group of tissues. The group of tissues combined and produce are various type of tissues combined each other and produce a organ. Organ, there are two types of organs of our body. What is external and internal organs? So we all know about that. The next step, the so many organs are combined each other and produce a system. A system comprised of so many organs. So have various functions but related to each other. The functions are related to each other. And so many systems are combined and produce or make a man, complete man like us. So, what is the basic unit of life? Atoms. Atoms interactions produce a complete man and or not only man and other organisms also. So, next we see about, here we only see about the cell. What is cell? Cell is a smallest unit of life. It carries all growth and development processes of life. All living organisms are composed of one or more cells. Cells are the basic structural and functional unit of an organism. It is the definition of this. Cells are the basic structural and functional unit of organism. The cells comes only from the reproduction of existing cell. The reproducing ability is present in sperm and ovum, and this can produce zygote. So next, all the other cells comes from this single cell. So the cells comes only from the reproduction of existing cells. Cells of different organism and even cells within the same organism are very diverse in terms of shape, size, and internal organizations. Various structures depend on their functions also. The cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life and regarded as the basic biological activity also. Every cell contains three basic parts. They are cytoplasm, membrane, and a nucleus. on the basis of size, function, and for structure. The cells are majorly divided into two, or prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes means pro means before, karyon means nucleus. Pro means another term, the premature one. Non well developed nucleus is present inside of a cell, so that cell is known as prokaryotes. Karyon means nucleus. So, non well developed nucleus or DNA is present inside of a cell, that is known as prokaryote. Otherwise, it is termed as lack a well defined nucleus and possess a relatively simple structure. These include the various bacteria. Then, well studied bacteria is E. coli, Escherichia coli. The short name is E. coli. Many prokaryotes are enclosed by cell wall. The outer covering layer is known as cell wall. Some of the bacteria are covered with capsule or slime layers, are made up of polysaccharides. The cell wall of bacteria is made up of peptidoglycan. And prokaryotes are divided into two domains, basal domains, then bacteria and archaea, including actinomyces, mycetes, fungi, viruses, and etc., protozoans, etc. Then most studied prokaryotic cell is E. coli, and smaller in size, very smaller in size, 1 to 10 micrometer in diameter. It doesn't have any membrane bound organelles. In genetic material is not enclosed by nuclear membrane, hence it is called nucleoid. The respiratory system closely associated with its plasma membrane, because in some of the enzyme systems and proteins are needed to processing the respiration and the metabolism processes. These are all existed in the plasma membrane of prokaryotes. Cell walls protect the cell and maintain its shape, prevent excessive uptake of water. It prevent the bursting of cell in environment. And some bacteria use a flagellum, and the plural form is flagella. So flagellum is used for locomotion and feeding. In some bacteria, one flagella is present. In some have two or more is present. In the cluster form is present. Then cytoplasm of prokaryote contain simple structures like ribosomes only present. Most have no membrane bound organelles. And ribosomes, what is the use of ribosomes? It is a protein synthesis. And center portion, the cytoplasm contain thread-like structure called nucleoid. That is, a DNA is present as a thread-like structure uh, that that have the genetic information. It is storehouse of genetic information, and the transferring the genetic information from one generation to another. Here are the some prokaryotic organism pictures, and this is the image of typical structure of prokaryotic cell. And then we see about the eukaryotes. It is very complex structure and a function. It possesses a well-defined nucleus, and U means true, karyon means nucleus. So true nucleus, that means the membrane well developed nuclear system is present in a cell, that is known as eukaryotic cell. In our body, and most of the organisms, well developed organisms, and plants also have this eukaryotic cell. It contains many compartments and membrane bound cell organelles. The most of the cell organelles are mitochondria, cytoskeleton, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, and lysosome, ribosomes, etc. So many cell organelles are present. This have distinct functions also. The human body is composed of about 10 to the power of 14 cells, the trillion cells. There are 250 types of specialized cells present in our body. Example, the various structures: erythrocyte cell, muscle cells, beta cells of pancreas, etc. Yet even among so many different kinds of cell, Certain basic components and structures are shared by all of them. A eukaryotic cell generally 10 to 100 micrometer in diameter. The cells consist of well-defined subcellular organelles enveloped by plasma membrane. That means all the cell organelles like mitochondria, nucleus, and endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, everything is a membrane enclosed systems, distinct system is present inside of eukaryotic cell. And here the specific functions, the cell wall is it gives the protection and rigidity to the cell. The cell membrane is flexible in nature, and the nucleus is the storehouse of information. That means the genetic information. That information only transferred from one generation to other. So the cell or the overall cell introduction is over. So the introduction of cell topic is over. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for next outcoming classes. Thank you all once again.